Hi everyone, my name is Ashley with Global Passionates. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning back to my channel, welcome back to you as well. If you are new here on this channel, I do talk about everything great and wonderful regarding knit and crochet. So if this is like your new hobby or you just want to learn about the wonderful world of these hobbies, I know you'll love this channel. So actually today I'm going to be sharing with you all what I plan on making in 2026. I know you may be thinking, why are you thinking about what you want to make in 2026? Like we're still in 2025. Well, let me tell you why. Because I don't know if you're like me, but I am one of those people. I get super excited about a project. I'll buy the pattern, buy the yarn, start working on the project, and then mid-project, I won't finish because I just decide I don't really like the project that anymore. So I feel like by looking at patterns that I want to make now in 2025, it will allow me to be a lot more organized in 2026 and actually stay consistent and actually finish the projects and not just quit in the middle of the project. So that's why I'm thinking about what I want to make for next year. So before I share with you all the patterns that I'm kind of looking at and thinking about what I would like to make for next year, I'm going to kind of go over like my goals and things for next year. So my number one goal, and I'm going to be looking down at my phone because I wrote this down so I can stay organized in this video, but my first goal is stash busting. That is a huge goal for me because you all, I have yarn from like that's been in my closet for over a year to a year and a half that I need to use, because I don't know about you, but a lot of times I feel like it's a little bit wasteful because I'm like, okay, I have this yarn that's sitting in my closet that I need to use for a sweater, but I still haven't used it. So I'm like, I'm not going to be wasteful. I'm going to go ahead and use that yarn. So that's my number one goal, is to stash bust and like to use the yarn that I already have and not buy so much because I have a lot of yarn in my closet. Now my number two goal is still stepping out of my comfort zone. Now 2025, that's really what I have been focusing on, is stepping out of my comfort zone. But in 2026, the stepping out of the comfort zone is going to consist of, I really would like to have projects that use like different yarn weights, because all 2025 it's all just been fingering weight yarn for me. So I really would like to have a project that has like DK weight yarn, maybe worsted weight, because when I first started knitting, me and worsted weight, we were best friends because I love to have projects that could like be super quick and I could get done with, because worsted weight yarn, typically those projects you get done quicker than with fingering weight. So I would really love to get back into using different yarn weights. Also, stepping out of my comfort zone for 2026, I would really like to get into sock knitting. Now you all, when I first started knitting, I made like maybe 2 pair of socks and I just didn't make any more. So I really would like to get back into sock knitting. Now the last thing, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably will not do this in 2026, but one day I really would like to do this, and that is steeking. Now you all, every time I see somebody do steeking, to me I'm like, they are so like bold and courageous, because that makes me so nervous to do steeking. And another reason why I feel like in 2026 I won't be doing steeking is because I haven't seen a project that I'm like super in love with, well, a pattern rather, that I'm like super in love with that requires the steeking. So in 2026 I probably won't do steeking, but if I find a pattern that I really love that includes steeking, I may have to add that on my list. And I want to know if you have ever done steeking. How did that go for you? Because when I tell you, that makes me so scared to step into there. But I still want 2026 to be about stepping out of my comfort zone. So I may just need to find a project that has steeking so I can just kind of like get over my fear and my anxiety. Y'all, honestly, I don't even know if I'm ready for that. When I tell you, it makes me so scared to do something like that. And my number 3 goal that I really would like to continue is holiday or season knitting. So in 2025, I've been working on my Christmas sweater. And in previous videos, I've talked so much about my Christmas sweater that I'm making this year. But working on that Christmas sweater, when I tell you, it has been so much fun. So I really would like to continue that. Now, I'm not sure for 2026 if I want to make myself a Christmas sweater, maybe like Christmas socks, or maybe like a Valentine's Day sweater. I think that would be cute, or even Valentine's Day socks. but I want to kind of pick one holiday or at least a season where I kind of make a project related to that season or holiday, because those projects are just so much fun for me. And then my number 4 goal for 2026 is summer knits. Now you all, in 2025 I really wanted to step into summer knitting, but I'm gonna be honest with you, by probably the end of this year I probably will only have about 2 summer knits. Now I've already finished one and I loved making my t-shirt, but 2026 I really want to find more like tank tops or t-shirts that I can make, because summer knits are really a lot of fun. Now the only thing that I'm still trying to like figure out, because of just the climate that I live in the South, it's extremely hot and humid, so I'm trying to see like what type of yarns that I need to use that would work in my summer like heat that I have in the South, because like I said, it is extremely hot and there's a lot of humidity. So that's kind of something that I really got to look into, but I definitely would like to really incorporate summer knits into my goal. So yeah, those are my 4 things that I really am thinking about when I was looking at projects on Ravelry that I want to, you know, incorporate into my 2026 goal. So now I'm going to share with you all some patterns that I found that I think are just super adorable. I'm super excited about. Now these patterns that I'm going to tell you about, these things can change, and I have quite a few patterns, and I know that I'm not going to be able to make all of them, but I know I'm going to pick some off of this list. And just this list is subject to change, okay, but these are just some amazing patterns that I found. So the first sweater that I found, this is called the Saskie. Now this is by Saskie&Co. I have never seen this designer's patterns before. When I tell you, the patterns are absolutely beautiful. Like, this designer has a beautiful sweater design, sock patterns, absolutely amazing. So if you have never heard of that designer, go check out their patterns on Ravelry and also on their website. I'll put their information in the link below. But the first pattern is called the Saskie. I love this pattern. Like, the bunny design is just so cute to me. This sweater, you're going to use fingering weight yarn, and it is knitted top down. Y'all, I love me a top down sweater. And then also on Ravelry, people have rated this pattern as being easy to understand and not extremely difficult. And so when I look for patterns, I also try to find things that are also beginner friendly, because I know, like, when I first started knitting, I loved having a pattern that looked extremely difficult but was super easy. Like, I love that. So I think this would be great for a beginner, and it's just a super cute. And also, if you're a beginner and you've never done color work, you could get some practice and doing color work. And I forgot to add that on my goals, but I really would like to do more color work knitting as well. Now the next pattern that I found, this is also by Saskie&Co. This is called Dandewishes. Absolutely another beautiful pattern. I love the dandelion design. Like, I love the motif. And also, this sweater will fall into like my season knitting, because this will be great for springtime with the dandelion design, because in the South where I stay, that just reminds me, like, we have dandelions in springtime, so that just reminds me of that. So I love this pattern. Now this is DK weight yarn, so that also would incorporate into stepping out of my comfort zone, because that's a different yarn weight. And this is also knitted top down as well. From the rating of Ravelry, how people have rated this pattern, this also looks like an easy pattern as well. So I'm still debating on if I want to do the Dandewishes pattern or if I want to do the Saskies. I don't know, I may do both, but I think those are super, super adorable. Now the next patterns that I found, this is going to fall into my summer knitting. Now this pattern, I've been looking at this for quite a bit of a while, and I thought that I was going to be able to make this tee this year. It's not going to happen, so that's why it's on my 2026 list. But it is the Uptown Pullover by Tori Yu. Now I know I said pullover, but I plan on making this pullover into a short sleeve version. But this tee, you use DK weight yarn as well. It is also top down construction, but I love this tee because, well, not tee, I'm gonna make it to a tee, but it's a pullover. But I love that you're able to be versatile, and if you want to make it long sleeve or short sleeve. So I love this pattern. And the yarn that is people have used for this tee, I think a lot of people have used the Sanders Garn yarn, and they said it worked amazing for this pattern. And so I love Sanders Garn's yarn. Specifically, I think it's the tenon linen yarn that a lot of people have used for this pattern. I've used that yarn before and I absolutely love it. So love this pattern. Now the next tee that I found is the Pampas Tee by Samantha Gurin. I have talked about Samantha Gurin because I actually have made her Salty Air tee. Such an amazing pattern, and so I can only just imagine that the Pampas Tee is also going to be great as well. Now with this tee, you use a fingering weight yarn. You're also, for the neckline, it's an I-cord trimmed neckline. I think I'm working currently on a tee that has an I-cord neckline, but I have not ever made any other patterns that have that neckline, so that makes me super excited. And then this tee is also top down construction as well, and this pattern looks really good for beginners too, because I know the Salty Air tee pattern that I made by Samantha Gurin, it was a beginner could definitely do that pattern. You just have to concentrate on that pattern, but a beginner could do that pattern as well. So I love that tee design. I think it is so cute. Now you all, the last summer tee that I found, I've talked about this tee before. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna make this one. I love it. It is the Stromboli by Caitlin Hunter. I'm gonna be honest with you, if I could find somebody, like if I could pay somebody to make this tee for me, I would, because this tee, absolutely stunning, like I said, but it is full over lace. So I've done lace before. My tee that I made this year was lace, but it was a small section of lace, and it was not my favorite. Here's the reason why. Patterns, because that pattern where I did the small section of lace, I had to really concentrate. Now when it comes to me and knitting, I enjoy mindless knits. Now it doesn't have to be mindless all the time, but I do like patterns where I'm at least able to watch, you know, a TV show, movie, or a podcast. But when I made that tee where it had lace, I had to 100% concentrate on the lace section, and I couldn't watch like a movie, TV show, any of that. So I can only imagine doing a tee that has full over lace design. I'm really gonna have to concentrate, and that's typically not kind of like my favorite patterns to work with. So if somebody would like to make this for me, please let me know, because I will pay you, because I think it's so beautiful. Now the Stromboli pattern is with light fingering weight yarn, and it is bottom up construction, but I think it is absolutely so beautiful. So yeah, if somebody would like to make this pattern for me, please let me know, because I would gladly pay for somebody to make this for me. But I feel like if I make the Stromboli tee, I can't have any other like difficult patterns. Everything else is gonna have to be mindless knitting, because like I said, trying to do a pattern that has full over lace construction, or full over lace design rather, I think it's gonna be a lot for me, but I will have to see. Now the next patterns that I found, this falls into like the holiday category. Now this sweater is so adorable. It is called the Darling Sweater by Bailey Bird. This sweater, I think this sweater would be great for a Christmas sweater, or even for Valentine's Day, because with the adorable bow design, it's just absolutely adorable. Like I think it would be great for Valentine's Day. But with this sweater, you're going to use fingering and fingering weight held double. Now this construction, you do work bottom up construction. That would also step me out of my comfort zone, because I have not done bottom up construction sweaters as of yet. So that would really step me out of my comfort zone. And I love, like, I've seen so many different color combinations on Ravelry, so I think it's absolutely beautiful and cute design. And the next, now this one does not fall under holiday knitting, but this definitely will step me out of my comfort zone. This is the Elisabeth Blouse by Petite Knit. Now I've shared in previous videos of how much I love Petite Knit's patterns. This blouse is so beautiful, and this would definitely step me out of my comfort zone because I have never worked on a garment that had folded collars before. So that really makes me excited. And the reason why I love this blouse, because it just looks like something you can throw on with some jeans, just have a cute, like, just, you know, casual outfit, and I love that. Now with this one, you are going to use sport weight yarn, and it looks like on Ravelry it is worked top down. I'm not 100% sure on the construction of that, but oh, and another thing about this pattern that I really like is I saw other people make this blouse into short sleeve. So I think that's super creative, and I love to see when people make, you know, garments and make modifications but make the garments their own. So the blouse is really cute, original as it is, such as long sleeve or even short sleeve. So I love that pattern. And now this is gonna fall into my sock knitting category. Now I will tell you, by this designer, I saw this designer's work on Instagram, and this is what made me want to start sock knitting, because her designs are absolutely beautiful. The designer's name is Renard. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced her name, but Renard Endermeyer. Beautiful sweater designs and beautiful sock designs. But two sock patterns that I found that I think are adorable are called, the first one is called the Autumn Harvest Pumpkin Sock Set. That would be great for fall time. You use fingering weight for those socks. And then the next sweater, not sweater, oh my god, the next sock pattern that I saw of hers that was super cute is the Sweetheart and Be Mine sock set. Absolutely adorable. Those socks will be great for Valentine's Day as well. But with those socks, you use light fingering weight yarn for that. And I also will just put up some other cute sock designs that or the cute sock patterns that she has, but I'll put them up here so you all can see those because they are super cute. Like I saw she has some really cute Halloween socks. So many great options and absolutely adorable. So I'm deciding between those two socks on what I want to make. Now, last but not least, I shared how my first goal was to stash bust. Now, one of the projects that I will be doing for my stash busting, I actually am super excited to start on this project just because I love the color combination that I'll be using for this sweater. But this is the Stripe Hype sweater by Veronica Lindbergh. This is a super popular pattern, and the thing that I love about this pattern is I have just seen so many different beautiful color combinations on Ravelry. So that's what makes me so excited to work on this sweater. It's just the different options of colors that you can use. But with the Stripe Hype sweater, you are using DK weight yarn, and I believe this construction, no, I'm not going to make up anything. I'm not sure about the construction of this sweater. I'm not sure if it's a bottom up, but I love this sweater. And this sweater will also be just great for stash busting, like how I'm going to use it. And then also the last sweater that I have talked about in other videos is the Nebula Sweater by Andrea Mowry. Now that is a bottom up construction, and I did start working on that sweater this year. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I know I'm not gonna be able to finish that sweater this year, so that is why it will be on my 2026 list of things that I will be making. But I absolutely love that sweater as well, and it is super beautiful. So like, also that's definitely something that I want to know. Like, have you all started planning your 2026 list, or what are some of your goals for 2026? Or if you have already found some patterns that you love, put in the comments below. And also, before I end this video, I totally forgot to mention that you all, I really would love to make like a cardigan for next year. So if you have any like cardigan patterns that you love, now I'm kind of looking for like a cardigan that's just kind of like beginner friendly, that kind of has that typical cardigan look, you know, easy to throw on and kind of looks casual. So if you all have any cardigan patterns that you love, also please put those in the comments below, because I'm still looking for cardigan patterns as well. And I can't wait to look back on this video just to see like what patterns that I end up choosing and making for next year. But you all, if you stayed this long to watch the full video, thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, you can please give me a like or subscribe. But until next time, I will see you all later. Bye.